Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, Chris Burns Outdoors. Today I want to talk a little bit about boat financing. There's so many different, you hear so many different things about financing and particularly bass boat financing, and I thought I'd just give my opinion. And there again, it's just my opinion. The numbers will kind of match, but overall, at the end of the day, it's your choice. So anyway, if you were to take a $75,000 boat, and that price changes daily. These boats are getting to the point where they're just they're outrageous. But anyway, I use $75,000 as my purchase price. So at $75,000 at 6% down, $75,000 at a 6% interest rate, no money down. You're looking roughly at a payment of roughly $633 per month, which on a $75,000 boat at 6% over 15 years, that payment's $633 a month for 15 years. You would have paid $39,000 in interest. So that boat that you bought for $75,000 at 6% over 15 years with a payment of $633 per month would have gave you a total cost of $113,921. Just call it a $114,000 boat. That's with the $39,000 in interest. Okay, say that's with pretty decent credit right now. Interest rates are up. So let's say you purchased that same boat at $75,000 at an 8% interest rate, and I'm just looking at my notes here. Your payment would be at 15 years, all these are 15 years, your payment would roughly be $717 per month. You would have paid over 15 years $55,000 in interest. So that boat at an 8% interest rate would give you a total cost for that $75,000 bass boat, $130,000. Wow, kind of crazy when you break the numbers down. But let's say your credit wasn't great and you bought a $75,000 boat at 12% interest rate. Okay, your payment would be $900 a month on a 15-year loan. You would have paid $87,000 in interest for a total cost of $162,000. You could have bought two boats. Let that sink in. Kind of crazy. So yeah, so running those numbers is kind of crazy that boats back in the early 90s, mid 90s, even late 90s, I think you could get a boat for $2,000 a foot. So 20-foot boat, $2,000 a foot, 40 grand. Now that cost is more like $4,000 a foot. And it changes. Like I'm using $75,000, but you can very easily jump into a boat for 90 to 115. I think Wheeler's new boat's like 130, which is crazy. So anyway, I hope that kind of helps you out. The credit score, that's going to vary on your debt to income ratio, which is basically how much debt you have versus how much income you're bringing in. But a good credit score or a decent credit score that I wouldn't even start without having at least a 680. And of course, as you go up, the better your interest rate will be, because you can see what a couple points in interest, from 6% to 8%, just in 2%, you're paying almost $15,000 more interest. So for every percent, figure another, $7,500, $8,000, if that makes sense. So yeah, 680 credit score and up, I wouldn't do anything less. I'd have a decent debt to income ratio. There again, you're figuring around $4,000 per foot, depending on what you get for electronics, all that good stuff, that all varies. But just real quick, I'll go through the numbers. $75,000 at 6%. You're roughly looking at this is with no money down, $633 per month. That's $39,000 in interest for about a total of $114,000 boat. At 8%, you're looking at payment of $717, with $55,000 in interest for a total of $130,000. And then if you have bad credit, or your debt to income ratio could be high, you could have good credit, but your debt to income ratio is high and the bank doesn't want to take a chance, then it could be up to 12%, which at that you're at $900 a month, $87,000 in interest for a total cost of $162. There's a couple different angles guys do. You could buy a boat and just say, hey, you know what? I'm always going to have a boat payment. It's what I do. I love to fish, and I'm just going to have a boat payment. I'm going to pay $600 to $800 a month for the rest of my life because I like to bass fish. A lot of guys do that. And what they'll do is they'll trade that boat in after 5 or 6 years. But as soon as you take that boat off the lot, that boat dropped big in price. So anyway, just thought I'd give a rundown on that a little bit, just to give you some of you guys an idea of maybe some newer guys are looking into getting boats, or just thought I'd do a couple breakdowns of numbers, something kind of fun. But anyway, hey, please like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Chris Burns Outdoors. Appreciate everybody. Thanks.